These days, we're constantly exposed to frauds and scams. We can hardly pick up the phone without wondering if we'll hear a brief pause, a click, and then someone claiming to be from our bank, or our utility company, or even our local council. Because they are so common, we have to be more alert than ever to both identify scams and protect ourselves from them. Now, scams come in many forms, from phishing emails to letters in the mail, and sometimes even very advanced AI voices imitating your relatives or colleagues over the phone, like the T-1000 from Terminator. It may sound odd to think that this level of effort would be used on anyone other than the very wealthy or famous, but believe it or not, attacks like that are happening these days on ordinary people just like you and me. Spotting the signs of scams is the best way to keep yourself safe. And a good way to do that is to understand them. So, let's discuss the structure of a scam or fraud. Apart from the wide net approach of phishing emails, which tend to be very general to target the most number of people with no personalization needed, most scams usually start with a little bit of information which attackers use to get more. They might mention your name and number to make themselves look trustworthy. Look at me, I know your name, so I must be who I say I am, right? But in reality, they probably got this information as part of a package deal. After it was sold to them by a marketing company you gave your name and number to years ago for some other service. Once they established their trustworthiness, they might act like you need to establish yours. Oh, please can you confirm the address we have on record? Or maybe even go straight to verify your card information to prove who you are. If you think you would never fall for something so obvious, you might be surprised at how easily these types of scams can trick you. It's natural to just answer those types of security questions to people that you might not even notice you've been scammed until it's too late. That's why it's important to stay careful and wary when talking to anyone on the phone, especially if they contact you unexpectedly. But scammers don't just want your money. They may also want your personal information, your identity, or your cooperation. Scammers are trained at manipulating people's emotions and taking advantage of their vulnerabilities. They may use fear, guilt, or sympathy to pressure you into doing something you wouldn't normally do. For example, they may claim that you owe them some money and threaten you with legal action or violence. They may pretend to be someone that you care about and ask for help or a favor. Or they may lure you into a trap by offering you a reward or refund. In some cases, scammers may even trick you into doing something illegal, such as installing a virus on a computer at work or sending money to a terrorist organization. They may promise you that they will return the money or fix a problem in return, but in reality, they will only make things worse for you and expose you to more risks. So, how do you protect yourself from these kinds of scams? The first thing to remember is that if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Don't fall for the promises of easy money, free gifts, or refunds that you didn't expect. Always do your research and check the legitimacy of any offer or request before you respond. You can use online resources such as ScamWatch or Consumer Protect to find out about common scams and how to avoid them, and you can report any suspicious or fraudulent activities to these agencies or the police. Another important tip is to never share your personal or financial information with anyone you don't know or trust. This includes your passwords, PINs, bank account details, credit card numbers, tax file numbers, or any other confidential data. If someone contacts you by email or phone and asks you for this information, don't give it to them. Instead, hang up, delete the email, and contact the organization or person directly using a verified number or address. Don't click any links or attachments in unsolicited emails, as they may contain viruses or malware that could harm your computer and steal your data. Finally, don't let anyone pressure you into making a decision or taking an action that you're not comfortable with. Scammers often use tactics like urgency, fear, and guilt to make you act quickly and without thinking. They may tell you that you have to pay a fee or a fine within a short time frame, or that you'll lose an opportunity or face a consequence if you don't comply. They may also pretend to be someone in need or in trouble and ask you for help or sympathy. Don't let them manipulate your emotions. Take your time and think carefully before you respond to any request. If you're unsure or have doubts, seek advice from someone you trust, such as a friend or family member, or professional. And remember, it's okay to say no and end the conversation if you ever feel uncomfortable or unsafe.